Hello and welcome to section 7.3, which is on proving triangles similar. So we're starting out with postulate 7.1, which is the AA similarity postulate. It simply states that if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. So in chapter 4, we did all the triangles are congruent. So this is the triangles are similar, meaning same shape, probably different size. Okay, because if it was the same size, it would just be congruent. But the angles have to be corresponding and congruent as well in order for it to be similar. So for my example here, I'm just asking, are these two triangles similar? So I have two 90-degree angles. I have a 51 here and a 39 here. And if you would figure out the third angle here, 90 plus 39 is 129, leaving 51 for this one. 90 plus 51 is 141, leaving 39 for that one. So then very simply your answer is yes. The two acute angles are 39 and 51 degrees. So that is AA. If I could spell, it would help. Similarity. So yes, those two angles are similar using the AA similarity postulate. Theorem 7.1. If an angle of one triangle is congruent to an angle on a second triangle, and the sides that include the two angles are proportional, then the triangles are similar. So in other words, the two sides surrounding that angle that is congruent to the angle on the other one, then they are similar. SSS, if corresponding sides of two triangles are proportional, we're talking all three sets of corresponding sides are proportional, then the triangles are similar. For my example, determine whether the triangles are similar. If so, write a similarity statement and name the postulate or theorem that you use, and if not, explain why. So we need to do some figuring here. So we need to set up some proportions. So this piece of this one, and then the whole thing, so 24 is to 36, and that has to equal the other side, which is 16, since I started with the big triangle first, to the whole thing, which is 24. So if that is proportional, then it works, and if I reduce these, I get 2/3 equals 2, whoops, that's supposed to be a 2, 2/3. And so the answer is yes, they are similar, and then I need to write a statement. So triangle RST similar to triangle PSQ, and then it says explain why, because of SAS similarity. How do we figure out that SAS? If we go back up and look at the picture, this angle right here is going to equal this angle right here. How do you know that? Because this line right here is parallel to this one right here. And therefore you have this, side angle side similarity. So the next one, if I give you the information that MP is parallel to AC, and I want you to prove that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PBM, I have it started here already. So MP is parallel to AC, that was given information. So then from there, going back and using some of our information about parallel lines and what it does when it's cut by a transversal, I can say that angle A is equal to angle P, and angle C is equal to angle M. And how do I know that? Because alternate interior angles are equal. So now that I know that, I'm saying that this angle right here is equal to this one, and this one to this one, and these two are vertical, so they would also be equal. But really, we just need the two to be able to prove this. So then I'm going to say that triangle ABC similar to PBM. Why? AA similarity. So that one was fairly simple. There wasn't much to it. This piece right here actually goes with this other problem. It got moved down. So my last example for the same figure, suppose you are only given that CA over PM equals CB over MB. Could you prove that the triangles are similar? So if I go up here and look at it, if they happen to say, let me erase some of my marks here if I can. So now they're saying, for the same figure, suppose you're only given that CA over PM. So this side right here over this side is equal to, the B was right here, equal to this side over this side. They're asking, is that enough information? If that's all you were given, is that enough information? The first thing I would ask you is, what about the angles? So I would say no. Whoops, didn't mean to make that big. I would say no. The vertical angles are not included by the proportional sides. So it's not possible to prove that the triangles are similar. So if we go back up here and look at it, what did I just say? These two are vertical. This one right here and this one right here. Those are vertical angles. They are across from each other. They share two lines. And so therefore you actually have a side-side angle, which we said isn't one that we've talked about. And so it is not possible to prove that they're similar only given that information. If I had this angle right here and this angle right here, and they were equal, now it would be included between the sides. That would be enough to prove it. But given only the information that they gave you right there, that is not enough information to prove that. So bring that knowledge with you, and we will talk about it more the next time I see you. Have a good night.